So I got this 2007 Mazda Tree non-turbo. So what we're having happen is the AC's going off, the radio's shutting off, and the little door open thing is illuminating, and then these lights here are not working, and it will randomly happen. Yeah, they'll go off, and then eventually they kind of come back on. They haven't gone off totally and stayed off, but they'll go off, and then after a little while, like I say, they'll come back on. I noticed that the clock had reset for the radio, so it lead me to believe we're having a power loss. At least that's what I would assume. Being that we're having a bunch of things happen, I don't think it's any one in particular. I think it's either a power or a ground feed to the that circuit, and it probably controls a bunch of circuits. There is a under the glove compartment panel that you take down, and you can get at a fuse panel under there. You'll have to look in your manual to see what the fuses are. I did a little bit of research, and most of the research comes back saying that the room fuse, which is number 31, it's in this panel in the underhood one, so it says number 31. And a lot of people had been referring to them getting bent. So if you look over here, now we've got a couple of fuses. So we got this one here that's kind of like not even in. I just took this panel off. I just took this cover off. I haven't touched anything under here. So I got one fuse here that's kind of bent over, which could be an issue. It might have been shoved in there. It might have bent the terminal sideways, and now there's a pin fitment issue. Or it could be, I gotta look in the book and see what the fuse names are, but this one right here, as you can see, that 15, that's barely even in there. It looks like it's popped up a lot. Might be able to get you a better shot. Let me look in the book and see which one it is. Alright, so here's the setup. So that one over there is number 20, and that was actually for fog lights. So I don't think that one's going to be what my issue was, but the other one, which was a 31, which is that one that's bent over, that one is the, like I say, the room fuse, 15 amp fuse, controls interior lights. I'm pretty sure it controls more than that, because a lot of people have been saying that fuse was kind of their issue. So let's turn the radio and stuff on, and I'll pull that fuse out, and I'll see if the radio goes out, and then at least I'll know if that controls that, and then we'll have a little bit of direction, and we'll know if that's the circuit that it runs on. I want to see if I can see the air conditioner compressor. Oh, it's way down there. Well, I can see it, but you probably won't be able to. So I'm going to pull that fuse out, and I'm going to see if the air compressor works, and then I'll know if that's the circuit that controls all that before I go fiddling with it. And maybe I'll kind of wiggle it around a little bit and see if we can get the stuff to go off. Alright, so I'm going to fiddle with this fuse here while my wife watches the radio. Yeah, hold that on the radio. Let me know if the radio goes off.
Off. Back on. Off.
So what I did was I just went like this. So this fuse fitment is our problem. So I don't know if it's maybe the way this lid comes down on it, if it's causing it to bend over or what, but this is our problem. So let's pull that out. Now the fuse is bent over, but it wasn't in there straight. See our terminals, the terminals are spread obviously on the fuse. See how they're kind of spread open? And it looks like what they did to try to make this work is they shoved it on the back side of the terminals instead of straight in. I don't know, that went in there pretty good. Maybe someone just put it in there weird and it shoved it on, because it definitely wasn't in there straight. It was on the back side of the terminals when I pulled it out. So, I don't know, kind of a weird one. All on? Yep. So radio's on. Interesting. So, I don't know, I heard a lot of people have said that that fuse has been bent over, and that's been their problem with this same exact issue. So, it's just something to look for. So if you look in there, you can see a little bit of a gap between those pins. So I'm not sure if we can get this kind of apart and readjust those pins or not. I don't know if this top might come off. But I did notice it's kind of burnt on this fuse, so maybe it was kind of an issue and somebody stuck it in there a different way, because this probably doesn't make a very good connection where that little burnt spot is. So I'm going to replace the fuse anyway, just because, I mean, of that, it's kind of burnt in there. Maybe I can get this apart and see if I can bend those terminals back. I mean, no, they might not be all that bent, because these ones here look like the same. Nah, I guess they're not that bent, because these ones are the same. But anyway, so I'm gonna change the fuse out anyway, like I said, because got a little bit of burning on there. So maybe it just draws a lot of amperage, and it just kind of heats it up. Might not be designed very well for the current load. I did pull the fuse out, and it did cut the interior lights as well, and the door open alert was on too when I had pulled that out. So that fuse does link to all of those other issues. So anyway, that's fuse 31. It is the room fuse is what controls those. So anyway, hope that can help somebody. Thanks for watching.